Straight ahead here at 4, criminal charges decades in the making. The former president of Cuba indicted by the U.S. government, the charges he faces, and the politics behind it.
But one of the largest banks in the nation is making a commitment to Texas, but at the same time, a decommitment from downtown Dallas.
And Jason Kidd is out as Mavs head coach. Why'd they do it and what's next? Those answers on the way.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon at 4. I'm Jason Whiteley. First up here, another significant loss for downtown Dallas. A second big corporate headquarters made it official. The new owners of Comerica Bank say they will pull up stakes in the city center and move north. Jobin Puneker this afternoon putting this in context.
Well, Fifth Third Bank has big plans for Texas, and it starts with moving its regional Texas headquarters 6 miles from downtown Dallas here to University Park, which means downtown is losing yet another big tenant. Many people know this as the Comerica Bank Tower. It may not be called that for much longer. After a merger with Fifth Third Bank and Wednesday's announcement that its newest regional headquarters is moving here to Preston Center, which is being prepped for major work. Now, the bank is making a huge investment in Texas with 150 new branches by 2029. The bank tells us this University Park location was a prime spot because of its connectivity to the airports and other business districts. It's a huge blow for downtown, which already lost AT&T, and with the futures of the Mavs and Stars in flux. Now, there are plans for redevelopment into mixed use at the Comerica Bank Tower, but nothing is final.
Everybody knows about the Comerica Bank. Who doesn't?
Everyone knows this as the bank tower.
As the bank, yeah. As long as I've grown up, they said change is a good thing.
This comes on the same day Dallas celebrates a year into a focused effort on downtown safety and vibrancy. The Safe in the City initiative announced a new downtown police command center. The group touted drops in violent crime and street homelessness counts just over the last year. In Dallas, I'm Jobin Puneker.
All right, let's talk about the weather this afternoon. Yesterday at 4, we had a lot of rain moving across North Texas. Cassie Hyder here, though, and we have a lot of heat this afternoon. It is a little toasty out there, huh?
It's definitely warm. It's not terribly hot. It's muggy, though.
Yeah,
and
that must be what it is.
Yes, that makes a world of difference because temperatures today really only upper 70s. This is our WFAY Studios Dallas camera, so temperatures a little below normal this afternoon, despite the fact that we have seen some sunshine. The wind has been fairly light coming in out of the east-southeast between about 5 to 10 miles an hour. We've jumped up to 80 degrees in Dallas, but we're at 77 in Denton. Look, 71 right now in Decatur, 73 in Granbury, but 84 degrees over in Corsicana. Satellite and radar showing all the clouds that we had early today, and now we're finally starting to see some of those breaks in the clouds. So working in some sunshine, but way out to the west, you can also see some rain trying to move in. I think for the most part, we do stay dry, though, this evening and overnight tonight. We are tracking rain chances tomorrow, though. We're going to show you that timecast hour by hour coming up in just a little bit. Jason.
All right, Cassie, thank you for that. School is winding down right now. Summer camp's about to spin up, but Kerr County now the first in Texas to install new flash flood warning sirens. State lawmakers required this after last year's deadly flash floods there. 6 sirens now operating along the Guadalupe River in western Kerr County. Each of these designed to alert nearby camps and residents during dangerous flooding. 2 more expected to be installed by the end of the month here in the next 10 days.
If you're in your home outside of the immediate area of the siren, you might not hear the siren. And that's why we have multiple notification layers to get information out in addition to the siren.
Sirens are part of a larger warning system that will also include new rain and water gauges, emergency alerts, and a public online dashboard called River Hub. That launches later this month. That tool will give real-time rainfall and flood data to folks. State leaders say old tech like the sirens and new tech are all needed to reach the most people in an emergency. And now to the developing story, the big news with the Dallas Mavericks. They are looking for a new head coach after parting ways with Jason Kidd. Jonah Javad in studio after talking to the team's new leadership today. Jonah, what do they have to say?
A lot of words were spoken at today's press conference, but 2 that resonated with me were clean slate. That's what Masai Ujiri used to describe this move and decision after the Mavs team president parted ways with their head coach, Jason Kidd. When the Mavericks hired Ujiri earlier this month, he was asked about Kidd's future with the team, and Ujiri did not definitively say that Kidd would return. Well, it's definitive now, and the Mavs are going in a new direction at head coach. What are they looking for, though, in their next head coach? I asked that question to Ujiri today.
This is what this league has become. Yeah, it's a fight, and we have to learn in here that it's not in here anymore. Yes, I'm going to make that clear and clean and how we go, the fight is out there. Yeah, the fight is with those 29 other teams, that's where we're trying to be playing today. Yeah, we're trying to kick their butts the same way they are kicking our butts. Yeah, the kind of person we're bringing here is that mindset, of trying to win.
Now, I want to make this clear because Masai wanted to make it clear in the press conference by saying what he wants in a new head coach is not to be interpreted as a shot at Jason Kidd, and that was not what Kidd was as a head coach. Safe to say, though, he's looking for a passionate leader and someone with some competitive fire. A
lot of people are talking about who the replacements could be here. Any ideas on who might have the shot, the edge?
Tons of options.
Sure.
There are lots of options from the college ranks. Former NBA head coaches looking to get back in, whether they're assistants right now or guys just looking for their first-time shot as a head coach. There are a lot of different options on the table. There's a month until the NBA draft. I think most teams would like to have their head coach in place by then, so they've got about a month to figure it out.
And then last thing, how surprising was this? You said Ujiri didn't commit to Jason Kidd.
I think our Raiders started, firing a little bit when Masai was introduced at that press conference earlier this month. And by not definitively saying that Jason Kidd's going to be your head coach, sure, they could have brought him back, but again, goes back to clean slate. This is a new front office from team president, GM. They want to bring in a new head coach. It's just a full new regime for the Mavericks moving forward.
And a lot of talent on the team.
That too. That helps.
Yeah. Jonah, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Right now in Dallas, State Representative James Tallarico making a campaign stop at the Oak Lawn Library, joined by Congresswoman Julie Johnson. This appearance comes as Tallarico waits to learn who his November opponent is going to be on the Republican side. Next week's runoff elections for U.S. Senate between John Cornyn and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. That is a competitive race there. Meanwhile, Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett was in the same Oak Lawn area there at the library just 2 days ago, campaigning with former Congressman Colin Allred as he prepares for his own runoff against Julie Johnson. If you haven't cast your vote yet in the runoff, we have a list of resources online. And a big reminder here, early voting does not go through the weekend. It ends on Friday, so if you miss it, you can still vote on Election Day, next Tuesday, the 26th. In Dallas County, you can vote anywhere, not at your local precinct this time. Everything you need to know is at WFAA.com/vote.